Coming off a state title season, the pressure is on the Summit Storm to compete for a repeat. Welcome to the Bi-Mart Circle K Event of the Week on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Next week, we kick off high school football coverage with the Ridgeview Ravens hosting Thurston. Speaking of which, we'd like to give a special thank you to the Redmond School District for supporting PlayActionSportsMedia.com's coverage of high school football. But for right now, we're going to give you a preview of the upcoming year for the state champion Summit Storm. One of the real breakout players for the Storm last year was quarterback John Bledsoe. Well, he's heading into his senior year and tells me he is feeling strong. I caught up with him at practice. We'll have that interview coming up right after the break here on your home for high school sports in Central Oregon, PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Going to the dentist doesn't have to be something you fear or even dread. And that's exactly what the patients of Dr. Brad Hester at Ben Family Dentistry are discovering. At Ben Family Dentistry, their goal is your comfort and your great-looking teeth. Dr. Brad Hester at Ben Family Dentistry. Find out more at benfamilydentistry.com. That's benfamilydentistry.com.
And we're here with starting quarterback John Bledsoe of the Summit Storm. So big year last year. What are some of the things from last year you're bringing with you to this year?
A lot of things. I definitely learned a lot throughout the year. Having a big senior class definitely taught me how to be a leader. Being one of the only juniors that was starting, I kind of learned how to be a leader through the other class, and now I'm trying to pass it on to the younger guys this year.
Who are some of the other classmates of yours in the junior class that you're anticipating big senior years from?
A lot. Dawson Rule, Grant Tobias, a tight end, Kyle Cornett, a receiver, Braden Durfee, a receiver, Ryan Tennant, a receiver. There's a lot of guys I anticipate to have big years.
So what do you think was the key to last year, and what is going to be the key to repeating again this year?
I think just having a balanced offense is really key to us because, running the ball, I think we were about 50-50 last year, so it definitely opened up the passing game a lot. We're going to do that again, and then also having a really good defense like last year. Elshire has drawn up a lot of good blitzes, so I think we'll be getting good defense.
So you guys going to be expanding the passing game now that you're a little more comfortable in the offense, kind of let you off the leash a little bit and have some fun out there?
A little bit. Probably still be pretty balanced, but I definitely throw a little more this year. So,
yeah. So do you already have some colleges looking at you?
Yeah, I'm committed to Northern Arizona right now for football. But things could change, but right now I really like that school, so I'm just not really thinking about that going into senior year. So,
well, let's think about it for just a second. When did you get signed up with them?
I committed, I think it was July 12th, something like that, but they offered me back in January, went and visited in about March, and then decided to commit in July. So
pretty nice campus?
Yeah, awesome campus. I loved it.
So what do you do when you're not playing football?
A lot. I hang out with friends, hang out with family. I like skiing, I like playing basketball. Hang out with family, yeah. Playing.
Nothing wrong with golf. So what's your handicap?
I don't know. I play for fun. I'm not that good.
Oh, okay. You're not to that point yet. No. Right on. And so just to kind of round things out here, who are some of the offensive linemen? Since you have to rely so much on those guys, let's give them some props. Who are the ones that you notice are spending the extra time in the weight room and are really working to try to step up?
There's a lot. New kid, Ducky Gonzalez, just moved in. He's going to be great. Charlie Davio, Noah Cooper, Noah Turnbull, Jonah Yunker. We got a bunch of young guys, but I think they're all going to be really good by the end of the year, so I'm really excited for that.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
And that was quarterback John Bledsoe. Last year, he led the Summit Storm to a state title, defeating Ashland 45-28. Check this out. During the playoff run, outscored their opponents 187-63, and in 2015, he threw for 2,551 yards. He's committed to Northern Arizona University, and I'll tell you what, the sky is the limit for this gunslinger. Our first game with him in the Storm's coming up either September 9th or 16th. This pregame show is brought to you by My Circle K, powered by American Energy, where kickback reward cards are here. Earn points with every purchase, points you can use, just like cash. Find them, follow them, kick back with them. MyCircleK.com.
Our town just stopped breathing when our school was broken. After the tornado hit, Belfort rolled into town and they quickly started fixing our school. They said, "Don't worry, we can fix this. We're gonna make this all better."
I made them a promise that their kids would be back on the first day of school.
5 months have passed and we're home.
At Belfort, We're restoring more than property.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com Summit Storm Preseason Preview Show, brought to you by the Chutes County Title in Bend. Call on Steve McDonald and his professional title and escrow officers and staff that go the extra mile to help you. 389-2120. And one player who had some injury trouble last year but still was with the team and is ready to come back and make a splash is Kyle Cornett. Kyle Cornett broke out during his sophomore year, adding an element of speed and toughness to the team, but due to an injury, he had to sit out the championship run in 2015, but he is back now and he is ready to make an impact.
Cornett, coming back for your senior year here with the Summit Storm, had some injury issues last year. How are you feeling now?
I feel great. I made a full recovery. This is about a year and a half out of my surgery, and I feel great.
What surgery did you have specifically?
ACL reconstruction.
So how did that happen for those who weren't following?
Playing basketball, had a fast break. Went up for the layup and kind of got taken out. On the takeoff, too much weight went down on my left knee.
So what's it been like trying to rehab?
It's tough road. It's more mental than physical. If you ask anybody, it's just knowing that it's strong and you're good to go.
So one thing I did notice, despite injuries, you guys were right there with each other, and you guys all stuck together last year. What was that like?
It was great. I would say last year was the best bonding this high school has ever had on this team.
Yeah, no, it was quite an amazing team to be able to watch out there. Who are some of the players that were juniors last year that you played with before that you're really looking forward to playing with as seniors?
Obviously, our quarterback, John Bledsoe, Dawson Rule, and Grant Tobias. They're all juniors last year, and they were a big part in winning state last year, and I'm happy to play with them this year.
And who are some of the new faces you've been impressed with?
Kian Marderos, our linebacker and starting right guard. He's been working really hard. I know there's a bunch of them, but we got, I'm trying to think right now.
Hey, you don't need to name everybody, but just...
Our wide receiver, Ryan, forgot his last name, but yeah, he's a big help to this year. He's got a lot of speed. I know he's a track kid, but...
And so that you're one of those people that played a lot of sports back in your sophomore, or we saw you out there an awful lot. How much is that part of the culture here, not just being part of one sport, but being involved in many of them?
I'd say that's probably the main advantage we have here at Summit High School is everybody's doing a lot of things. We're not just specific athletes. We're working all kinds of muscles, and that's what gives us the strength out on any playing field we have.
So what have been the things Coach Padilla has really been pressing on you guys?
For football, it's pad level. To prevent injuries, to make clean tackles, pad level is a big part of that.
Define that just a little bit for the viewers that never played football before.
It's keeping your shoulders forward, your helmet up, and your knees bent.
Yeah, using proper technique can save you from so many injuries.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're not playing football?
I'm usually hanging out with friends, going to play video games with them, going to the lakes, hiking.
So video games, what's in your console right now, or are you a PC guy?
I don't have a gaming system, but I like to play with my friends.
Oh, all right. Nothing wrong with that. You know what? It's probably better that way. They're a little addictive. Well, thank you very much.
They're expecting big things from that guy. Kyle Cornett on the preseason preview show on PlayActionSportsMedia.com is brought to you by Desert Orthopedics, who have been taking care of our local community since 1978. With 22 medical providers and 2 conveniently located clinics in Bend and Redmond, Desert Orthopedics is committed to hometown service and exceptional care. Visit DesertOrthopedics.com to learn more.
Cool wind in your hair? My Circle K for real milkshake in your hand? Kickback points in your pockets. Locally owned My Circle K is here to energize your road trip. From Brookings and Gold Beach to Medford, Central Point, and Shady Cove. Fill up in Klamath Falls and refresh yourself in Sun River and Bend. Take in the beauty of the high desert in Redmond and Madras. Visit Oregon this summer. My Circle K will be there every step of the way. Find them, follow them, kick back with them. MyCircleK.com.
Welcome back to the Summit Storm Preview Show on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. One name you're going to hear a lot from, Dawson Rule. I spoke to the coaches, and they say with running back Jason Garcia graduating, that Rule's going to see significantly more playing time and an expanded role in the offense. Last year, he even spent some time at quarterback, adding a run-and-gun element to the offense, so you never know what to expect when he's out there on the field.
Got some pretty significant playing time in the championship run last year. Talk to me about the leadership role you're stepping into on the team this year.
It's big. It's a lot different. We lost a lot of seniors, so we've got some guys that need to step up, and I need to be one of those guys. So definitely a different vibe around here, but we're getting into it. We're starting to get used to the leadership role, and it's good.
What's involved with stepping up?
You know, we just we know what we expect after winning a state championship, so we know what has to be done, and we know how we need to practice every day, and we need to practice like a championship team, and that's what we expect from every player. So as a leader, that's what we got to do.
So you had quite a run there in the playoffs, scoring touchdowns, and also got a chance to play a little bit of quarterback.
Yeah.
Which one do you enjoy more?
I enjoy running back just because that's like my natural position, but playing quarterback opens things up for me almost, actually, because teams' defenses don't expect it, and they don't know it, I can throw, so it's kind of like a dual threat kind of thing. Kind of opens things up for me.
Puts them in a really weird position where either they got to hang back and cover you hitting anyone in the flat, or they got to charge the line and stop you from breaking through for a few yards.
That's right.
So how would you describe how your game's progressing?
I think it's good at myself. You know, this offseason we worked really hard, and I put in a lot of time and effort in the weight room, so gained a lot of weight, and I'm ready to go out and destroy this year like I did last year. Hopefully I have a better season last year.
How much bigger are you this year?
I'm about 15 pounds bigger than last year. So.
What's your big accomplishment in the weight room? I know every time everyone goes in the weight room, they have one or two exercises. They're like, I'm going to be able to do this by the time I'm done.
Yeah, it was squatting for me this year. This year I had a goal that I wanted to reach because legs as a running back are probably they're the most important muscle for me. So squatting has definitely been my best. I've been squatting around 390.
And so what is going to be your role in the offense this year?
I'm going to be a running back. You know, probably going to get a decent amount of carries just because of our depth. But we've got some other things mixed in, and hopefully I'll get the ball enough to make a difference. And we got a lot of playmakers on our team, so we got to spread the ball around.
So let's brag on some of those playmakers who's been stepping up this camp, pressing you.
We got Kyle Cornett back. Last year didn't play, but this year he's going to be big for us on the outside as a receiver. And obviously we got John back, and we got Grant Tobias.
I've been pretty hype on Grant Tobias. Yeah. He impressed me a lot last year when he stepped in. He had some big shoes to fill out there, but I thought he did magnificent. I'm looking forward to seeing him as a senior.
Yeah, it's great because he's one of those guys who can block for me when he needs to, and he's good at it. And he's good out in the open field catching balls, so he's a good dual threat.
So how is it? Tell me about Coach Padilla. What's he like when the cameras are away and it's just you guys and the team?
Expectations are high for sure. After winning a state championship, he's out here. He's trying to just get us pumped and get us ready for the year. He knows what he wants, and he wants us to achieve that goal. So he's getting us ready.
Sounds good. And so when you're not playing football, what are you doing?
I'm out golfing. I golf a lot. Yeah, floating the rivers, kind of relaxing.
So golf? Oh, you got a handicap?
Yeah, handicap's about a 2 right now. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Where you like playing around here?
I like Pronghorn and Broken Top. Those are my 2 favorite courses in Central Oregon.
Oh, man, they are beautiful. That's one of the nice things about living out here.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm the only golfer on the football team, and I get crap for it sometimes. I'm the golfer who plays football. It's funny.
Actually, it's kind of funny. Your quarterback told me he's a golfer. I asked him what his handicap was, and he said, "Oh, I'm not that serious." So that's why I thought I'd double check.
Yeah, Johnny plays a little golf. I go out and play with him every once in a while. So
nice. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we're looking forward to watching you guys practice.
Thank you very much.
And that was running back Dawson Rule, expecting big things from him this year in the Summit Storm offense. Coming back from the break, we're going to be talking with the guy who stepped in when Cam McCormick went down with an injury last year, Grant Tobias. He's going to be playing on the offense and the defense, making an impact on both sides of the ball. We talked to him about it after this on PlayActionSportsMedia.com's coverage of Summit Storm football, presented by Sun River Resorts.
Imagine living here, waking up to penthouse-worthy views of the Cascades and having plenty of space to call your own in our suite-style rooms. The Residence Hall at COCC is a new living space right in the heart of campus. Here you're just a short walk away from classes, the gym, and parking is free. Not only will you experience the best of Central Oregon when you live at the Residence Hall, but you'll make friends for life. COCC, outside of expected.
And welcome back to the Summit Storm preseason preview show on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. I'm John McCauley. We want to thank Robertson Ford for being a proud supporter of the local community since 1958. From Neighbor Impact's Peanut Butter Drive to exciting local events like Tour de Chutes, Robertson gets Bend, and they support Bend. Learn more about Ford and Robertson at Robertson.com. Last year, Cam McCormick was expected to be a big part of the offense, but when he went down with an injury, another player had to step up and fill those very big shoes. That player was Grant Tobias, and he's going to see an even bigger role on the team this year as he heads into his senior year. We got a chance to talk to him.
So we got Grant Tobias of the Summit Storm with us, and you guys are coming off a huge season last year, the state championship. How much more pressure do you feel that puts on you guys, or is it something that's just sort of in the back of the mind?
I'd say it's just in the back of our mind, you know. Just got to go out and play our game, and I think with our coaching and all our technique, it should all come together. Who knows? Make another run.
But you wound up stepping in your junior year at some really big shoes to fill in Cam McCormick. What was that like stepping in for him?
It was actually awesome because he's a pretty good mentor, so got a ton of tips, helpful things that he taught me that definitely helped me just kind of come in and do what I could.
So defense or offense, where do you think we're going to see more of you?
I would say offense just because I played more offense last year, but I don't know.
Been working a lot on your defense here in camp?
Yeah, there's been a lot of defense. So,
what are some of the things you've been working on D?
Mostly just my reads, trying to get the right read, so get the extra step on the offense.
So basically when you say reads, you're watching the play happen and you're trying to figure out where it's going and where you got to be, right?
Right, yeah. I'm looking at so I'm playing outside linebacker, so I'm trying to get a good read off the tackle. Often I can look through the tackle to the guard, which can usually tell me where the ball is going. So I'm just trying to get the right reads, and it's a lot different in a game rather than practice, so just trying to make it perfect in practice. So.
Well, you got to develop that muscle memory so that way you can spend your time reacting, not thinking about what you need to do.
Exactly, yeah.
So what area do you feel you've really grown the most?
Definitely gotten bigger than last year, I feel like, so that should help in the which would probably, I'd say the biggest area would be my blocking, and so getting bigger helps in that, and just technique and get more aggressive on the offensive front.
So who are some of the new faces out here you've been impressed with?
New faces, Ryan Tennant is doing really well so far. He's one of our receivers. It's good to see Kyle Cornett back on the field.
I had a chance to talk to Kyle just a little bit ago, and yeah, I remember him from his sophomore year.
Exactly, yeah.
And to make a memorable impact your sophomore year, and then
super excited to have him back. AJ Wickman's been doing well, playing corner for us. Ben Graz looking good in slot. Yeah, just a lot of guys trying to fill shoes from last year, and are looking really good so far. So.
And of course, the elephant in the room that everyone wants to talk about is the quarterback you got coming back, Bledsoe.
Right.
Looked fabulous as a junior last year. Tell me about the chemistry between you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's one of my best friends, so we're always, during the off season, just messing around, throwing the ball around. And we're on the same page all the time, so there's certain plays that have to go some way, but we're on the same page, and if that doesn't work out, we're open another way. So
almost like you have a psychic connection just because you've been around each other so much. You know how they think.
Right, yeah, so definitely helpful in certain positions.
And tell me about the defense. How would you describe the defense if you were writing up a scouting report or talking about it on a broadcast?
It'd be tough to describe. Our defensive coordinator, Elshire, is all over the place with so hard to put something together in the scouting report because he's got so many different fronts and blitzes. But I'd say we really like to blitz. Like we're coming after you.
So very aggressive. You're not going to let people sit on their laurels. You're coming after them.
We're coming after you for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Looking forward to see what you guys do this year.
And we just got done talking with Grant Tobias of the Summit Storm. You're going to see him at tight end this year. You're also going to see him coming off the edge in the defense. And so I'm looking for big things from him from both sides of the ball. Again, you're watching the Summit Storm preseason pregame show. And this is sponsored by Sun River Resort, a destination like no other. It's all here. It's all waiting for you. Plan your next visit to Sun River online at sunriver-resort.com or give them a call, 855-420-8206.
I made a bet with him. He thinks no one loves Consumer Cellular as much as he does.
Oh, yeah? Then why do you think they keep getting the highest consumer satisfaction ratings?
Their plan started just $10 a month.
And no contracts.
Yeah.
Consumer Cellular has been providing AARP members with great service since 2008, and members get special discounts.
So other people love Consumer Cellular as much as I do?
Millions.
To start your 30-day risk-free trial, call, go online, or visit a Target or Sears store today.
Welcome back to Play Action, sportsmedia.com's coverage of the Summit Storm preseason pregame show. And we like to remind you, Central Oregon Community College is a great place to start on your career path. You can pursue a variety of different academic programs that'll prepare you for a career or help you get your first 2 years out of the way if you're looking for a degree from a 4-year university. You can even live on campus in COCC's new residence hall. COCC gives you the opportunity to pursue your goals where you love to play. And not everyone on the team is a returning senior. Some people are fighting for their starting spot, and we got a chance to talk to Kian Madero, who's in that very situation.
Now we got number 66, Kian Madero. Is that going to be your permanent number for the year?
Yes, it is.
All right, so another one of the new names out here. I've been following the team for a little while. You're going to be a junior this year, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so first time up here on varsity, or did you get a little sniff of the roster last year?
Yeah, last year I swung up for special teams.
Very cool. So what kind of things did you learn last year that you think are going to give you a leg up this year?
Last year was more of a mental block for me. I wasn't like a big guy, so I had to train with the big guys, and then once that happened, I got over that mental block of hitting, so now I think I'm pretty good.
Excellent. So how would you describe yourself as a linebacker? Are you more of a coverage back? Are you more of a run support kind of guy?
Definitely more of a run support. I'm not the faster type, so I'm not really looking to get on the passing people, but for running, fill the holes.
So tell me about this defense that we have out here. What are you guys running? What's your base formation?
Our base is, we have a lot, but our base is probably 22, which is an even front and even backers. So we have 2 backs and 4 front and 2 rovers on the sides.
Okay, so do you wind up being one of the basically sort of like a pseudo inside linebacker?
Pretty much. I'm almost like pretty much a lineman because I'm always blitzing and trying to fill the hole for runs. So.
Okay, so how much pressure do you guys feel to repeat as state champ? Has Coach been bringing that up to you, or is he like, this is another year, don't even think about it?
It's another year. We don't want to. I mean, we obviously want to win another one, but there's pressure. But I feel we'll do good.
So, what's been your favorite part about camp so far this year?
I love the group of guys I'm with because I've been playing with them since I was really little, and we've come all the way up. So it's just brotherhood.
Who would you say are some of the people that have been there? You've been there with the longest?
Probably, let's see, Kyle Cornett. He's one of the corners and receivers. He's really fast. Braden Durfee, I've known him since I was like 3. They're just a great group of guys.
Wonderful. It sounds like you guys got some really good chemistry here, and you guys are going to be coming on strong. But thank you very much for taking a few moments to chat with us. Actually, before we bail on this interview, let's step offside the football field. When you're not playing football, what are you doing?
I play lacrosse. I love lacrosse. That's probably my other main sport I play.
So tell us a little bit about the lacrosse thing.
It's a fast-paced sport. I love it. It's different from football, but you still get the physicality from it, so that's why I like playing it.
All right.
The Summit Storm start the season coming up Friday, September 2nd at Clackamas. They're going to be home versus Ashland and versus Pendleton. We're definitely going to be bringing you the game versus Pendleton. We might be bringing you the Ashland game. It's between that and Bend. We are going to make the decision as the game gets a little bit closer. From there, they're going to be at Mountain View, and they're going to have Bend at Summit. They're going to go on the road to Redmond, and then they're going to host Ridgeview, and they're going to end out the year on October 28th versus Hood River Valley. Well, that ends the regular season. We'll see if they're able to make it it into the playoffs. You're watching the Summit Storm preseason pregame show.
Welcome to Deschutes County Title Company. I'm County Manager and Vice President Steve McDonald, inviting you to call on the experienced title and escrow officers at Deschutes County Title. We're a locally owned and operated title company in Deschutes County, going the extra mile to create successful closings and satisfied customers. Deschutes County Title treats every transaction with the highest priority, inspiring confidence in all parties involved. Call us today with any title and escrow questions. 541-389-2120. We look forward to working with you.
Welcome back to the Summit Storm preseason pregame show for 2016 on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. I'm John McCauley, and we've got one more player I got a chance to catch up with. His name is Evan Bauman, but before we get to him, I did want to thank Belfour Property Restoration Services. They are the worldwide and statewide leader in disaster recovery and property restoration. Call Jeff Stewart and the Belfour Property Team with any questions you have at area code 541-312-2500. And then we'd also like to thank BuyMart, the home of Owner's Choice Pricing, extra membership savings, cyber deals, and Lucky Number Tuesday. Get ready for your season for less with BuyMart. Now, let's talk to Evan.
Here with senior Evan Bauman, fighting for a spot in the starting defensive line. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing great. So how has preseason been going for you guys? Coming off that state title last year, have you guys been really aggressive, or you guys kind of been like we've been here before?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we've been here before, but it's aggressive too. We're not letting up. We know that practice has to be perfect every single day if we want to repeat.
So what are some of the things that Coach has really been driving in during these practices?
Basically just that we work our hardest all the time and practice as perfectly as possible. Coach Bledsoe says every day that championship teams have championship practices every single day, so that's kind of what we've been striving for. And it's not perfect all the time, but we've been looking to make it. So
now you guys were a powerhouse last year. How's the team changed? You guys lost a lot of starters.
You can't. There's nothing you can really do about that. We lost that senior class last year. It was incredible. So it's gonna be hard to follow their footsteps, but I think we can do it. We're looking pretty good.
So who are some of the guys who are really you notice are stepping up around you in camp? They're spending a little extra time in the weight room and hitting the playbooks and working on the drills a little late. Who are some of the people that are really standing out?
My guy Grant Tobias, 100%. He's gonna be a stud this year. Tight end.
Now he's filling some big boots in Cam McCormick.
Yeah. And he was able to step up last year too, so I have no doubt that he's going to kill it this year.
And you guys have a luxury not many teams have, and that's a starting quarterback coming back who already has some experience under his belt in the championship. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Johnny, you can't. There's nothing like him. I think best quarterback in the state of Oregon, without a doubt, in my opinion, any class. Great leader, He's just a guy you want on your team, for sure. The guy you want leading your offense.
And what offensive linemen have you been most impressed with out here?
So there's a ton of young guys this year, a lot of sophomores, but I've been pretty impressed with Johnny Yunker as a sophomore stepping up. I really like the way he's been working.
He's a little brother of Noah Yunker, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, he's got, again, talking about some big shoes to fill there.
Portland State, yeah.
All right, and how would you describe yourself as a player?
Aggressive, not afraid to hit, looking for contact all the time.
So are you more of a bull rusher off the edge, or you more of a technique kind of guy?
Technique and speed mixed, definitely.
All right, you have the right technique, and it doesn't matter how big the guy is across from you. You get him a little off balance, and you can get by him.
That's kind of my game, yep.
All right, well, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you guys practice.
Thank you, sir.
And that was Evan Bauman. He's working for a spot in the starting lineup there. And I got to say, I am pulling for the guy. You've been watching the Summit Storm pregame show on PlayActionSportsMedia.com, presented by Sun River Resort and former Redmond Panther graduate and star athlete Dr. Brad Hester and Ben Family Dentistry. They bring you the beauty of a healthy smile. And before we wrap up this pregame show, let's take one more look back at the year that was for for the Summit Storm. Now, they started off the year very strong last year, 62-13 on the road versus Pendleton. In their second game, they kept their dominance going, winning 65-7 over Franklin. They got their first loss of the year, and in fact, their only loss of the year at Ashland back on September 18th of last year, losing by 1 point, 15-14. They went on to defeat Marist Catholic by 1 point, 15-13 at home. They went on the road to Mountain View and just dominated the Cougars, 55-3 at hosting Redmond, 49-7. Then at Ridgeview, they kept on rolling, 59-7 versus Bend, 49-7 at North Salem, 50-7 versus South Albany. They defeated them 59-14. Then they went back on the road to Redmond, 42-14. We're on the road at Crater at Grants Pass High School, and they defeated them 41-7. And then the championship game over at Hillsborough Stadium, they defeated Ashland 45-28. Again, you've been watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com's coverage of Summit Storm preseason preview show. Our first broadcast is going to be coming up here of live football action this upcoming Friday versus Thurston. It's going to be the Ridgeview Ravens. And tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, check out the Bend Lava Bears preview show. I'm John McCauley for Play Action Sports Media.